Developing at this hour, 4 people shot at a corner store. Want to get out to Marcus. This was like a shootout.
Yeah, that's right, Thomas. And there could have been more victims, including a mother and her 10-year-old daughter as well. But thankfully, that's not the case. Behind me right now, 4 victims recovering from gunshot wounds here at Presbyterian Hospital as they try to figure out what exactly happened. But you mentioned it there. It appears at this point it's a shootout. The motive is unknown. But it was last night, just after 10:30 p.m., 27th and Dickinson corner there, where there was an initial shooting victim just right outside at a Chinese food restaurant, and then 3 more victims showed up at the hospital here, but they were taken by private car separately. So first there was the initial victim found at that location, and then when they were at the hospital here, 3 more victims showed up and said, hey, I was also shot there at that 27th and Dickinson location there. So police trying to piece together what exactly happened. They did say that one of the victims here, one of the shooting victims, also returned fire during the incident there. So that person is also a suspect and somebody they'll be interviewing once that person is stable. They're all in stable condition right now, but once they're stable enough to be able to speak with police.
Very, very lucky that that young girl and the woman were not struck by gunfire, because we know that over 40 shots were fired. We found over 40 spent shell casings. Most of them, over 30 of them, were found on the highway and on the sidewalk right outside of the Chinese takeout. And there were about 12 additional spent shell casings in the customer area.
Yeah, so that's what police are searching through right now and trying to figure out exactly. But again, the gun violence in the city of Philadelphia taking precedent once again, but that mother and daughter thankfully avoided being a part of the statistics there as we move inside.
Lock your doors and stay alert. The warning tonight for people in a Delaware County neighborhood. Police say thieves are targeting their cars. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jason Martinez.
I'm Sheba Russell. The thieves went on a stealing spree, driving off with at least 5 cars in a matter of hours. Dawn Timothy is live in Nether Providence Township. And Dawn, you spoke with one of the victims?
I certainly did, Sheba, and this man woke up this morning to find his car stolen right out of his driveway, and he is frustrated and furious, to say the least.
Feels terrible, violated, and I'm pissed off.
And understandably so. Chip Walsh is one of 5 people who had his car stolen in a matter of 6 hours this morning in a car stealing spree in Nether Providence.
7:30 this morning, going to take my dog for a walk. It's gone.
His 2015 Nissan Rogue sitting right in the driveway of his home on Medbury Road.
Parked right here under this American flag. They had some brass balls doing this.
Chip admits the car was unlocked.
I made a mistake, didn't lock it, and it's gone.
Police say there were actually 11 incidents, including 3 involving people entering cars and 3 suspicious males trying car doors. This all happening in the areas of Somerset Place, Governor's Drive, Liberty, Medbury, and Green Valley Roads, Woodridge and Ridge Lanes between the hours of 3 a.m. and 9:30 a.m.
That many cars in that amount of time definitely seems like that was something that was probably a little bit more organized than somebody just looking for some loose change, you know.
Mike Kalasunas lives right off Governor's Drive. He moved here from South Philly thinking it was safer.
Just coming from the city, you know, you come out here and you think you don't, you know, you get away from that kind of stuff. You don't see it as much, but you know, it's obvious that it's everywhere.
Hank Kowalski says he's lived in this quiet neighborhood for over 50 years and is surprised, but still takes plenty of precautions.
I always lock my car no matter where I go and stuff like that. It's just a sign of the times. You got to watch yourself.
Police say of the 5 cars stolen, 2 were recovered in Camden, 1 in Ridley Township. Anyone with information is asked to give police a call, who are reminding folks, take your car keys with you and lock your car doors. Jason and Sheba.
That's the simple things people can do. All right, Dawn, thank you very much. Deadly shooting. The victim, just a 22-year-old man. And Jeff, there were nearly 30 casings found at the scene.
Yeah, the attackers were running and shooting. Look, our region continues to struggle with easy access to guns and gun violence, this time in Upper Darby, where a young Philadelphia man is literally chased and gunned down. The people living in the collection of homes around Upper Darby's Penarth and South Keystone Avenues have spent their lives here. The quiet of this community of large stone homes was pierced in the early morning hours.
I was sleeping and I heard all this pop, pop, bang, 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 pop. Bang, 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 pop, pop. And I thought, fireworks, but I thought, fireworks, my foot. Gunshots.
Repeated gunshots echoing in the dark as police say 22-year-old Jamie Reed of Philadelphia was chased along Penarth by 6 attackers, some spraying gunfire. He dropped and died on this patio of an 88-year-old homeowner.
We believe that that was the scenario, that they were lying in wait for him to come out. Something got him out of the building there, and that's when they approached him.
A bullet struck this sedan near the home where Reed died, and just around the corner, a bullet tore through a grill and struck a window frame and wall. Grill, window, wall.
Yeah.
What do you make of this?
It's just crazy. The most I'm glad of is I wasn't sitting in that spot.
Because had you been,
I wouldn't be here.
none of the residents was injured. Investigators believe the attack was sparked by a dispute in Philadelphia, which spilled into neighboring Upper Darby. Police are scouring for video to ID the shooters, while a resident, asking not to be seen on camera, feels something's been lost in her lifelong community.
And we have, the mischief, the eggs, the flat tires and things like that, but nothing like this. In my whole life, nothing like this.
Police do not know the nature of this dispute, but it ended like so many, with gunfire, with bloodshed, violence, and eventual death. In Upper Darby at the police department, I'm Jeff Cole, Fox 29 News. Folks.
Jeff Cole, thank you very much. New video tonight from Newcastle County Police showing a controversial incident between officers and a driver. Police released body cam video today showing the encounter. It was back on June 29th when it happened, saying they're aware of video circulating online. They say one of its officers saw the driver commit several traffic violations, and when he tried to pull her over, she kept going, pulling into the parking lot of a Royal Farms on Pulaski Highway and then backing into a parking spot.
Step out of the car. Step out. Step out. Because I asked you to. Yes.
For what?
Step out.
No.
You want to get locked up?
For what?
Right now, you're resisting.
For what?
Asked you to step
You said
out.
I'm detained, but you never gave me a reason. You pulled me over, then you honked your siren because I'm backing up. Did you want me to stop on the side of the road? No, we're not doing that.
We blurred her face because police have not released any information on her identity or charges filed. Police say the car's registration was suspended without insurance, and there was an old bullet hole on the driver's side door. According to police, the driver refused to get out of the car and asked for a supervisor. Then after about 3 minutes, several other officers arrive at the scene.
I stated to you, I'm going to wait till your friends come. Don't touch me, and I'll get out.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car. I'm not.
Move.
Put your hands behind your back.
That's when the driver gets out of the car. There's a little scuffle here, and you hear officers tell her to get to the ground, stop resisting, and to get off of an officer's foot. At one point, it appears an officer hits her. She's eventually handcuffed and placed in a police car. Now, we reached out to Newcastle County Police for more information on this incident, but at this time, they say they're not releasing her name or any charges. The department is investigating whether the officer's actions were within policy, and the incident has been referred to the Delaware Department of Justice.
Our top story this morning, we have had a deadly shooting. 8 people were shot, and we know that one of them has died. Many of these were young people.
Now, this comes exactly a year after another mass shooting happening in Kingsessing, killing 5 people. Now, Hank is live at the scene in Southwest Philly, where, Hank, you're seeing quite a bit of damage that remains from that shooting.
Yes, I mean, there was apparently a ton of lead flying through the air down here last night at Kingsessing and 60th. I'm just trying to figure out, maybe doing my own bit of police work. There seem to be 2 bullet holes in this particular Mazda right here. It could be 2 hits. It could be one going in one window, going out the other. Police are still trying to match it together, guys. But listen, 8 people are hit. One of them killed. 3 of them are juveniles down here, transported to several different area hospitals. It happened about 11:30 last night. Police say, again, here near the intersection of 60th and Kingsessing as it goes down towards Salford Street. And Philly Police Inspector Kapana Masakoi says that officers realized it was happening when one patrol officer found a person shot in the middle of Kingsessing.
Officer was on patrol in this area and saw a shooting victim lying on the highway. The officer immediately came over police radio and stated that she had seen shooting, and other officers responded and found other victims on the highway and transported them to the hospital. The total victims that arrived at the hospital were counted at 8 at this point. 5 adults and 3 juveniles, and the juveniles age ranges are between 16 to 17. It is very alarming, and especially when we had officers in the area to try to prevent anything like this from happening, and it's still happening. So we take it very seriously and find it very, very alarming.
Sure, and again, it's 1 person dead from 8 shot, 5 adults, 3 juveniles. Police have not released any identities. Police say there is no known motive. There haven't been any arrests and no weapons recovered. Take a quick look at this live shot that we have from CHOP. All the victims were transported, not just to CHOP, but to 3 other area hospitals. Hub Cedar and Presbyterian were the other 2, but they went to CHOP and these other hospitals via emergency vehicle, privately owned vehicle. Steve Keeley reports even one went by ride share, if you can buy that. But there's several crowds had gathered out here at the corner. Police say that when they got here, they had to be broken up at a certain point. I did speak with one woman who you'll hear from in about a half hour. I just now spoke with her, who said she just didn't understand how firecrackers, fireworks could explode into gunfire. Maybe that's some clue as to how it all got started. Police did tell us that there were cookouts happening out here, as there were everywhere else in the city on the 4th of July. They said they didn't distinctly know of any parties going on. So a lot of police work to be done here, guys, and police will be out here gathering video throughout the day. Count on that, guys.
All right, Hank, such a sad situation. Thank you for that update.
To Chester County, a story making national headlines this morning. Students created fake TikTok accounts of dozens of their teachers in Malvern.
So, Greg, it was really the scale of this that is so attention-getting, that this happened to so many teachers at the same time.
Yeah, exactly, Karen. And I mean, the Great Valley School District, they say that middle school students set up more than 20 fake accounts to impersonate and demean staff members. Now, some of the accounts showed racist, homophobic, and sexually inappropriate content. Officials say it's the first known mass attack of its kind in the United States on teachers. The accounts were first created back in February. Right now, the district is working to regulate cell phones and add education about the dangers of social media. District leaders released a statement saying it saddens us to know that the students to whom these teachers dedicate their time and talents every day would misuse technology in a way that causes teachers undeserved stress and emotional hardship. The district says it's difficult to take any legal action because the accounts were made off school grounds. But, you know, as you guys had mentioned, I mean, this is just kind of a pretty bizarre situation and kind of unfortunate, especially for these teachers who, as you heard from the statement there from the school district, they dedicate their lives to these students each and every day.
Unwarranted. It is 7:08. Certainly more to come on that one, Greg. We appreciate the update.